Today we are going to go over visiting the port of Port Vendres in France on Azamara Quest. We're also going to be talking about some other things, mainly the Wi-Fi. We're going to talk about food, touch on the entertainment again, and some other things that I've just noticed about Azamara that might be interesting to you. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips, and today is Sunday. It is September 22nd of 2024, and today we visited the port of Port Vendres in France, and we were there. We arrived at about 7:30 this morning, and we left at around 6 p.m. The port is a tender port, and so we anchored outside of the harbor, and then the tender ride in was probably like 8 or 10 minutes. It wasn't a really long ride. Today it rained a little bit, it was sunshine a little bit until this evening when I was doing my sail away, and then it was really quite rainy. And throughout the evening the ship has moved a little bit more. We've had rougher seas and quite a bit of lightning and a lot more rain. So we're hoping that the weather clears for the rest of the trip. That's what the weatherman is saying. So we've got a lot of hope for that. But the port of Port Vendres there is absolutely beautiful. It is a small fishing village area there. And so as you come through the entrance to the harbor, it just opens up in front of you to so many sailboats, fishing boats, and the beautiful vista of the whole mountain in front of you. Now what you do is you get off the tender, and I walked around the edge there. There were several restaurants and small little places open serving guests today. It is Sunday, and so most places are closed, but the ones right next to the harbor there were open, so I walked along. When you get to the central, like where both sides of the harbor would come together, there is a set of stairs, and so you take the stairs up to get to the next level of the town. So once you get up to the top there's a beautiful viewpoint, so I took the opportunity to see the beautiful view there. And then there are just lots of small roads of the village there, and so I walked up and down several of them. It was just a very quiet, beautiful time. It was a beautiful day when I was actually in the port. The sunshine came out, really enjoyed that. But as I walked up and down the streets, truly everything was closed. And I looked at my little Google Maps, and there are things, but they're further afield. I would need to get a car and go further afield to see them. Now, Azamara did have several different excursions that they offered here in this port, and I just decided that for today I wanted to walk around on my own and see everything. But if you come here, it's the jumping off point to visit Carcassonne and a lot of vineyards. There's a lot of opportunity to see a lot in this whole region. Now, there are some things that I've noticed I want to talk to you about on Azamara just as we navigate this new experience together. But I also got some really great questions on the live this evening. So some of those things I'm going to address when I get home. Like, I'll lay out the loyalty program for you when I get home. That's really easy to do from there. But I wanted to go over some things. I got asked what is the average age of the guest on board. And so to me, I honestly think that on this voyage, it is guests who are in their 60s. There's some who are younger, there are some who are older, but I would say that 60s to early 70s is really the median age of guests that sail on Azamara. I looked up, that's what they say that their demographic is, and I even asked, I had to go down to guest services today to get a new key card, and I asked, and that's what she said as well. And so I think that that is mainly who they target. Interestingly, Azamara does not have an app, and when I asked about that, they said it's because they don't think their guests would enjoy using an app. And so they've got the handy dandy schedule of events that I showed to you yesterday that is delivered to your cabin every day, and it's actually really nice. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and I can see the luxury of having an app at the same time, because when we were sitting at dinner and talking about everything and people were wondering, well, what's next as far as entertainment goes, no one had their thing with them, and so we were all trying to remember what we had read before, but that's when an app comes in really handy. So Azamara does not have an app. If that is something that you either would rather not have an app or you must have an app, then that helps you make a little bit of a choice there. But I'm having an absolutely wonderful time. Wanted to say that right off. Now, the next thing that I got asked about what do I think about the food on board. The food on board Azamara is very different than it is on any ship that I have been on before. So as far as river cruises go, I've sailed on Avalon, and then as far as just regular cruise lines, you know, Princess an awful lot, Celebrity a few times, Royal Caribbean and Norwegian a couple of times, Carnival once, and so that's my experience. Alrighty. So when you think about Azamara, everything is it is indeed much better. So when you go to their Windows Cafe, which is where I had lunch and dinner yesterday, it was excellent. Absolutely excellent. Seafood buffet for dinner last night. What a selection of seafood. If you missed my video yesterday, go back and watch that because I talked about it. This evening I had dinner at the Discoveries restaurant, which is what you would think of as the main dining room on board this ship. It doesn't cost any extra to eat there. It is what is included. It is a beautiful dining room. It is like walking into a beautiful restaurant with impeccable service. Absolutely wonderful. It's the same as it is on other cruise lines, and as far as you have your head waiter and the assistant waiter, but they did an excellent job this evening and the food was superb. I took a picture of the menu, so I'll be sharing that over on our Facebook group. So if you haven't joined, come and join us over on our Facebook group. It's just Let's Go Travel Tips. But I'll post that menu there. But they had it was really hard to decide what to have. I finally decided to have the escargot and the New York steak. And a lot of times when I order a New York steak a New York strip to be cooked well done, everybody looks at me sideways. But you know what? They brought it cooked excellently. It was well done, but it was still moist. It was outstanding, and along came with some roasted vegetables, roasted beets, roasted carrots, and the cutest little baked potato I have seen that was absolutely delicious. The entire meal was superb. And I got escargot for the starter. That was excellent. And then for dessert, I got the bananas Foster, which was really good. It had the caramelized glaze on the bananas with some vanilla gelato. It was absolutely excellent. And there, like I said, it was really hard to make up my mind. Other guests who I sat at the table with, there was, for example, like truffle chocolate cake with berry coulis. There was mango sorbet with mango pancakes. There were just lots of really delicious things, and everyone said that theirs was absolutely excellent. So that was really nice. Now the next 2 evenings I have booked on Azamara Quest. The 2 specialty restaurants are Prime Sea and Aquilina. And so I have reservations, 1 each evening for the next 2 nights, to try that out and tell you what it's like and what to think about it. It's kind of fun on Azamara. They've got packages for specialty dining, and so I can tell you about that another time. I figure I'll tell you like the nuts and bolts closer to the end or when I get home. I want to share a lot of the experience with you right now, because truly that's a lot what we decide when we're going to go on a certain cruise or not. Or if we want to try another cruise line, you want to know what the experience is like. Another thing that I wanted to tell you about food is room service. So there are a lot of room service options. I'll get photos of that and get those up on Facebook eventually as well. But if you have sailed on some of the lines, you know that they will offer a breakfast. And so this is an amazing offering though. When you look at, not all the cruise lines do this anymore, but I'm very familiar with Princess, as I know a lot of you are. And on Holland America, they also do a very nice breakfast that they will bring to your cabin. No extra charge, of course, on Azamara. They don't charge for room service. They don't charge for breakfast or any other room service. And so let me tell you some of the highlights in here though. When you open it up, look at all of these different kinds of options. So I'll post a picture of this over on Facebook, but I wanted to tell you a few that stand out to me because they're just so lovely. You can have a European breakfast, which is fresh seasonal fruit and berries served with brie cheese. smoked salmon and a basket of breakfast pastries, including a croissant, Danish, blueberry muffin, and banana bread. Another one that looked really good to me is you can have the smoked salmon that is smoked Atlantic salmon served with cream cheese, fresh lemon, capers, red onion, boiled egg, cherry tomato, and toasted bagel. And then another one that just sounded lovely is the rustic hollandaise. And so that is corned beef hash on a toasted English muffin topped with sliced tomato, poached egg, and hollandaise sauce, served with fresh fruit salad. In addition to that, you can order eggs. You can have your eggs, let me tell you all the way, you can have a la carte 2 eggs, over easy, over medium, over hard, sunny side up, soft boiled, hard boiled, scrambled, or poached. They've got waffles. You can have golden waffles or strawberry waffles. You can have fruit salad, you can have toast, you can have muffins, you can have pretty much anything that you can think of. And then they've got the beverages to go with it, about every kind of milk that you can think of, as well as hot chocolate, every kind of juice. There's, let's see, how many kind of juices? There are 7 different kinds of juices to choose from. There are 7 different kinds of coffee. So my bottom line is they are over the top with food. Food is absolutely excellent, and I'm going to give this a try so that I can tell you all how it turns out. But just wanted you to know this is a really nice option as well. For lunchtime today, I got back to the ship after they quit serving lunch in the buffet up there at the Windows Cafe, and so they had food that you could get, lunch items at different places. They had them in the Mosaic Cafe as well as up in the living room. So up I went to the living room because it is such a beautiful venue. It's very forward on the ship, so out front you have the whole vista with all of the windows. The most comfortable seating you're going to come across in your life is up there, and they've got a beautiful bar area, and then over at the side some different kind of sandwiches and little desserts and things, and so that was absolutely delicious as well. Sometimes in some places you go have that and they either don't have a lot of flavor, or they're all dried out, or they were made yesterday, but these were absolutely superb. So just wanted to tell you that you're going to enjoy the food on Azamara, even if you are someone that likes, maybe you're more of a foodie. This would be a place that I think you would actually enjoy. Next up, let's talk about the Wi-Fi. So on Azamara, they have Wi-Fi, and it's for one device, and I've been trying to use it, and it's not very fast Wi-Fi. Let's just suffice to say to that, the upload and the download are slower. So I have been trying to get some work done, and it's been really hard. Usually I can make a Wi-Fi phone call when I am on the Wi-Fi on a ship, and it has been really, really hard. Every once in a while I can kind of get one through or answer one a little bit, but I usually can't hear very good, or they can't hear me very well. And so if you are going to come on Azamara and you are planning to do a lot of work, you're going to probably have to do some of your work while you're in port, and you can use your phone service. That's what, today I had to take care of a couple of things, and I had to do it while I had phone service on my phone in order to do it. In order to get my videos to Gordon so that he can edit them, I'm having to text them because it's taking forever for any of them to upload to the cloud for him to be able to get. On other cruise lines, I have been able to let them upload to the cloud, and they do it in a timely manner so that he can get that and do that for me, but it's really slow here. And but there is enough Wi-Fi. There's enough Wi-Fi if you need to look at your email a little bit, but not do like open large files or anything. If you are wanting to check the scores on football games, that's been the buzz around the ship this week since there's so much going on yesterday and today, and people have been able to do that here and there. We were laughing about trying to move around the room to get your Wi-Fi so that people could try to watch a game, things like that. Just know that it's not the fastest Wi-Fi, but it's enough, and then just do what you need to do to make sure that it works otherwise. But thought I would just let you know that it's not quite as fast as I would like, that some other people on board would maybe like as well too. But I know an awful lot of people go on vacation and they leave the Wi-Fi behind. They truly go on vacation, and I get that, and I think that's absolutely wonderful. Another thing that I want to speak with you about regarding something that is different about Azamara is the way they have the ship laid out. They have areas like I referred to the living room being that large open space that's just very forward on the ship. It's up on deck 10. There is like a piano. There's a band that plays there sometimes. There's a small dance floor. So in the evening, people use it for that. In the daytime, it's a lovely place to relax, to read, just really enjoy being there. One thing I notice is that they don't have loud music playing everywhere, or really any music playing in some venues, so that you could actually go there and read, relax, or have a nice conversation with people. They've got a card room that is set up for people to play cards, chess, checkers, things like that. It's all set up with also a beautiful view. So when you go into the living room, it's off to one side. They also have an area called the den. There's a piano there in the evening where a pianist comes and plays and sings, which is really nice. A beautiful bar with lots of comfortable seating there as well. It's a lovely place to be in the daytime, as far as somewhere to relax and just enjoy being. And then they've got an area that's called the Cabaret Lounge, which is where they put on their production shows. And this evening it was the Crooners Lounge is what they were calling it, because the show was all about, different crooners from the past. There was Frank Sinatra and all, sing lots of different kinds of songs and dance there and everything. But it's just kind of a really nice way to have everything laid out up on deck. I think it's on deck 10. There's the drawing room, which is like the library on a ship, lots of books to choose from. A nice faux fireplace, the fireplace with just the light for the logs, but lots of very nice seating there, quiet, such a lovely place to be. And so when you're on Azamara, you don't just feel like you're on a cruise and it's really busy everywhere and there's loud music everywhere. You actually come and relax and can enjoy visiting with people. You can enjoy reading your book. You can enjoy, if you want, I saw somebody knitting today, just whatever it is that you enjoy, you can come and do, and there's a really nice place to enjoy it. I really think that sets Azamara aside and makes it extra special that way. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, will you please go ahead and hit that subscribe button? I sure appreciate your support, and if you appreciate my updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up as well? Thanks so very much. Now, one thing that I noticed that we have not had yet, and I don't know if we're just not going to have any or if they've not started it yet, but I have not seen any enrichment at all, which surprised me a little bit. With a cruise line that is so port intensive, I was a little bit surprised that we haven't seen any enrichment. They do have a really nice shore excursion desk that's down to one end of the den that I told you about, and so if you've got questions, they've got hours posted that they're going to be open, and they're very nice. They'll talk to you about the excursions, what you're going to see, answer your questions, really nice that way. They've also got their future cruise desk. They've got an area with lots of different travel books and a little video thing playing a lot of the time, showing a lot of the places that Azamara sails to, but no enrichment yet. And of course, we all do research before we come, but I also really enjoy listening to someone that's been in that place before and can tell you a little bit of what to expect, and maybe some hidden gems, just something that maybe would have flown under the radar that they can share with you. But haven't seen that yet, and so if they don't have it, it's really okay. Maybe they'll think of having that sometime. I don't know. But I'm really looking forward to visiting more places. Tomorrow, like I said, we're going to be in Sète, France. I'm really, really very excited about that. I'm going to be looking for your questions about Azamara under the comments of my video here. Post them here, post them over on Facebook. You're welcome to send me an email and just let me know what questions you would like answered. Also, if you missed my live sail away this evening from Port Vendres, will you please go back and watch that, because we had a really good conversation, because people came and asked really good questions and did a really good job, so I really appreciate it. Plus, the scenery was beautiful. It was pouring down rain, but the Mediterranean, the water was still beautiful, and the whole vista was absolutely beautiful. And so you're not going to want to miss that. And I truly do look forward to seeing your questions so that I can know what to track down down and be sure to talk about that you might like to know, because to me it's a really big deal when you decide to try a new cruise line, because you're taking your precious time that cannot be bought, and you're taking your money and investing it in trying a new experience. And so my goal is to try to tell you enough about it that you will know if it's something you would really like to try, you might like to try, or just no, move on. And so I look forward to seeing your questions. And so today, while I was out walking around the ship a lot, doing some videoing and just getting a feel for how everything was going, I noticed that a lot of guests went on the excursions that went early in the day. So a lot of them left around 8:15, 8:30 in that time frame, and a lot of people were coming back to the ship. I've noticed between around noon, 1 in the early afternoon, their excursions were ending, or if they'd been into port, they were just coming back at that point. So the living room got a little bit more busy. The spa area was really busy. So when I went to the spa, it was hopping. There were people there for acupuncture. A lady was waiting to get her hair done. Another lady was waiting for her posture analysis. It was super busy. People were there for massages. And so I signed up. About the only thing I'm willing to do at the spa is get my hair washed and blow dried. So I'm going to do that tomorrow evening, because I want to tell you what it's like. I want to get a feel for it and let you know kind of what I think about it. It's always fun to go to the spa as well, because you get to talk to other people while you're there and see what they're thinking about what they had done and everything. So I'll let you know how that goes tomorrow evening. But I'm really excited for tomorrow. So much more to see, so much more to do here on board as well as in port. So be ready for a fun report again tomorrow, because I'll have a lot to share with you again. So thanks for joining me today. I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.